Hello and welcome to another Chelsea chat. And yesterday it was Chelsea 3, West Ham 2. Great 3 points. But if you told me at half time that we were going to win 3-2, I would have laughed at you. Although Robert Sanchez didn't lose his belief, did he? He went over and he had the balls to go to a booing crowd and say what he thought.
Yesterday, come on! Let's go! We've got 45 minutes to go! It's never enough!
So well done, Robert Sanchez. Well done, Robert Sanchez, for a couple of great saves yesterday as well. Not so well done on the first goal, mate, but I'll give you that one. So yeah, I saw the team sheet yesterday, and I thought Egg Barley must have been on the laughing powder the night before to have picked that side. 7 changes, Badiashile in there, Gusto instead of Reece James, Hatto, who struggled before, hasn't he? You know, he's a young lad, he's learning, he's come from a weaker league. I've no doubt he will turn into a good player, but I think he needs some time on loan, really. Maybe in the Championship or something. Midfield we had Enzo and Caicedo, no problem with that. Garnacho on the left, I just shake my head every time I see his name on a team sheet, you know. I honestly believe that if I was managing a Sunday morning Parkside and we only had 11 players and Garnacho was one of them, I think I'd still put him sub. He is absolutely useless. Someone said on Facebook this morning, oh yeah, I don't like Garnacho defensively, and it took all my willpower not to put. So describe to me what he gives us going forward. And yeah, he has the odd game, doesn't he? Like Cardiff and that, where he'll score a couple of goals, but he costs you goals. His mindset is so negative. He always either plays back or sideways. I'm clapping. I'm on the edge of my seat when he passes sideways. Done it in the 19th minute yesterday. Go back, watch the game, and because it was so remarkable, it stood out for me. It was a highlight. Gittins on the other wing. Well, I like Gittins on the left, to be honest. He always looks more of a danger there. And Cole Palmer in the middle, no problem. And up front we had Liam Delap, no problem. He needs the minutes, the boy, and a couple of goals give him a bit of confidence. So yeah, we started off. We weren't great right from the start, and then West Ham took the lead with it was a strange goal, wasn't it? It was a cross. Garnacho didn't mark his man. Badiashile didn't get close enough to the guy, and he bent in a cross that was on target. Bloke put his foot out, and Sanchez got duped by it. I'm not going to go down that hard on Sanchez because later in the game he more than made up for it. But it's a goal that shouldn't have gone in. Garnacho should have stopped it. Badiashile should have stopped it, and then Sanchez should have stopped it. You'd expect a top draw goalkeeper to watch the ball and not a bloke's foot, but there you go. It was a freak goal. Sanchez was so good for the rest of the game, even coming to claim the ball, that I'm not going to harp on about it too much. And then they got a second, didn't they? We don't tackle them properly, and we don't cut their space down properly. And Sanchez no chance with that one. 2-0 down. 2-0 down at half time. Players quite rightly got booed. Only good thing that had happened is that, and it's a terrible thing to say about your own player, but Gittins had injured himself and gone off. So you had Neto on. Neto's really poor at the moment. His form's right off, but he's more of a threat than Gittins and Garnacho put together. That was and I don't know who picks that team. I don't know if it's Egg Barley or the sporting directors picking the side. Hopefully, even people that don't know anything about football, absolutely brain deads like that, surely they're starting to learn that you can't make 7 changes. If it was Liam Rossignol who decided to make 7 changes, I worry about him, because you must look through. If I got that job, I'm no expert. I'd look through old videos. I would see what would happen when you make so many changes, like Maresca did on occasions. We now know not all down to him. And I would say that don't work. I know they want to give everyone minutes so they can sell them at higher prices, but at what cost? Now, we were lucky yesterday. We got away with it. And the second half, Cucurella comes on. Reece James came on later, didn't he? We were a different side. João Pedro, who's looking like he's coming into some form, isn't he? We made a few changes and that was it. We were up again. You can't afford to make 7 changes. We haven't got the squad. And as I say, if that was Liam that did pick that team, I do worry. I'll be honest. I do worry, because I would expect a manager at any level to have a bit more about them than that. But yeah, Cucurella obviously got his goal, took his goal well. We had Fernandes is reminding me more of Lampard, game by game. He just gets forward, doesn't he? He just gets forward. João Pedro started it all off with a lovely deft little header. And Fofana, what a ball that was from Fofana. I'm not a big lover of Fofana, as you know. Until he replaces Paddy Ashile, then I think he's the best centre half in the world. And lovely ball, lovely run, lovely ball. That's what Fofana does. He can run out of defence with it. That was a hell of a ball. Yeah, so well done to all of them. We looked a different side, and then of course we had the melee at the end, didn't we? And do you know what I can't work out? The guy that really caused that was Traore. Why did he feel the need? Was it Cucurella just to throw Cucurella on the floor? And I don't even think, did he get booked? I don't know. I'll have to check while I'm doing the checking up for this vlog. But I thought Traore should have walked for just throwing someone on the floor. If that's not violent conduct, I don't know what is. And the other geezer, the nutcase that got sent off, well, I don't know. Nice to see a few Chelsea players getting stuck in there. That's when you know you've got a team. When your teammates jump in. Even Cole Palmer jumped in. Yeah, it was good to see. And Sanchez is a big old unit anyway, and he was straight in there breaking it up. So well done them. Right, I'll just score them, shall I? So Sanchez gets a 7. Gusto gets a 5.5. Chalobah gets a 7.5. He's an unsung hero at the moment. He won loads in the air, a couple of really important blocks. You can see he's trying to cover for Paddy Ashile a lot of the time. So the lad's doing absolute great. He'd be one of the first names on my team sheet. I know a lot of people don't like him, but it is what it is at the moment. He's playing really, really well, thank God. Paddy Ashile gets a 3. I don't know what's gone wrong with him. I don't think he's got the football IQ to play at Premier League level. I don't know what's gone wrong with him. I don't know if he just lost confidence, but he's a poor player. And then we've got at left back Hato, young lad learning. I'm not going to go too badly on him, but he gets a 3. Midfield, Caicedo gets a 7.5. Fernandes gets an 8.5, and he's my Chelsea man of the match. Thought he was excellent yesterday. He frustrates me at times. Some games I have to watch it twice to see what he did, but he's instrumental in most things that team does, and the boy does put a real shift in. So he's growing on me fast, Fernandes, and long may he pop up on the edge of that box and keep sticking those balls away. In front of them, Cole Palmer gets a 6. He was a bit more on it yesterday, but still way below what we know he can do. Garnacho gets a 1. That's because he was standing up and breathing. absolutely pants, absolutely rubbish. Gittins gets a 2.5. Those two, at least Gittins was trying to defend. I'll give him his due, and I'll say trying. Liam Delap yesterday gets a bit unfair on Delap. He don't get an awful lot of service, you know, and particularly in that first half, nothing. I felt sorry for him with the Cucurella goal because he got up, it hit the top of that bloke's head and hit the bar. I'll tell you what, when you're off form and you can't buy a goal, that's the sort of stuff that happens. And lucky Cucurella, he just stuck his head in there, didn't he? Didn't care if there was a boot flying or whatever, which is what you should do as being any football, not just a professional footballer. Yeah, Delap, it'll come, I'm sure. The boy, he's got to take these stupid fouls out. Just hitting someone after the ball's gone, that's not going to... I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to intimidate them. So when they have got the ball, they think, oh, Christ, here he comes again. But he's going to end up with so many bookings and so many sending offs. He's got to change. Caicedo's got to cut out these stupid bookings as well. Another one yesterday, although I thought he was a bit unlucky. Yeah, he goes for the ball even when there's no chance of actually getting it. There's no malice in him, but stupid bookings, which cost you. He's up to 7. I think you get a 2-game ban when he gets up to 10, and that won't be long. And then we've got the subs, who I don't normally score, but I'm going to give Cucurella an 8. I'm going to give Fofana a 7, because that great run, he made a couple of mess-ups defensively, but that great run and put us back, you know, with a chance. It's a great run for João Pedro's goal. He wasn't great, but he was 10 times better than Badiashile. Who else was there? Reece James, when he come on, done all right. He'd get a 7. Neto would get a 6. And João Pedro, of course, I thought he was superb. He gets an 8 as well. Now, the manager. Did he pick the team or not? If he didn't pick the starting 11, he gets a 7 for, really, he's a Lucy Ward of management, because Lucy Ward, as a commentator, just states the bleeding obvious. And I think that stood out for even the worst. If you go to the Sunday League, the worst manager in that league, look for the team that's already got 100 goals against them. He would have known what substitutions to make after watching that first half yesterday. So I'm going to give Liam Rosenior the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to give him a 7. If he picked that first 11, if he made the 7 changes, he gets a 2. Because we shouldn't have been in the position that we were at half-time to have to turn that game around. That game should have been out of sight. We could have... West Ham, and don't get me wrong, I've got some great mates who are West Ham, and lovely guys, and I don't particularly hate West Ham. You know, they're not a Tottenham or a Liverpool for me, or a Leeds. You know, we've all got our own. But I don't particularly hate West Ham. But they're a poor side at the moment. They are a poor side. They got a couple of really good players. They got that Bowen. What's the other guy? Strudder or something. He looked decent, but they're a poor team. They really are. And we could have been out of sight by half time if we put that first 11 out. And he could have rested players then, couldn't he? Because West Ham would be knackered as well. And that's when you rest your players, in my book anyway. But what do I know? I don't get paid the big bucks. So there we go. Very fortunate. Great second half performance, and onwards and upwards. Arsenal on Tuesday, and then we'll see. Then we'll see what we're really about, won't we? I'm not expecting to beat them, but I really want a good show there, and maybe a draw, or maybe, you know, I don't know. You can never bet against Chelsea, can you? You'll probably go and beat them. I hope so, anyway. Right, let me know your thoughts on yesterday. Let me know your thoughts on everything I've spoken about. And, yeah, please subscribe to the channel and like the video. It helps me. And speak to you after Arsenal. Up to Chelsea.
I walked the bridge in 72, where legends played in royal blue. Osgood's grace, Bonetti's hands. We stood and roared from the old shed stand.